Hey, what's going on, guys? Dave the Usher here.
With Tyree says.
And we're talking about something pretty cool in this video right here.
We are.
Ty, show the people. It is a He-Man Thundercats crossover. This was just released on October 5th.
Yes.
A 6-issue series.
This is the first part of a 6-issue series.
Issue number 1. This is one of the covers. And it looks awesome.
Looks
Guys, how long have we been waiting? How long have we been waiting for a Thundercats He-Man crossover? You know, too long. About 30 years in the making. We've been waiting for this. In fact, when I was picking this comic up, that's what the guy said at the store to me. He's like, "Yeah, man, I've been waiting 30 years for this." And I was like, "Tell me about it."
Now, I'm very unfamiliar with He-Man and Thundercats. I will say that up front.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm much more familiar with G.I. Joe and Transformers.
But that's okay,
but
because
I really enjoyed this.
You can give kind of an interesting perspective
Yeah.
on your thoughts and feelings of this. It does look kind of cool. I gotta tell you, show them the cover real quick. I see the cover and I'm a little thrown off by it. I'm like, yeah, I don't know about this kind of art style, but when you get into the comic itself, it looks really nice, and I like the way it looks. It's pretty cool, man. And we have not really had a Thundercats comic since the early 2000s. There was one, some of you know what I'm talking about. There was one put out by Wildstorm, or whatever. I don't really know, and I don't care, and you guys shouldn't know either, because these early 2000 Thundercats comics were just terrible. It was like written by some sort of fanboy deviant, and there were just weird subject matters in those early 2000 Thundercats comics of like rape, sexual slavery, Ty.
Oh.
I'm serious. It's really weird. I don't want to talk about it
gracious.
anymore. So let's dive into this, Ty, and we're going to tell you right now, everybody, spoilers. We're going to be doing some spoilers
We're
here.
gonna really get into it.
So if you haven't read this yet,
Run out and get it.
you're going to want to probably stop this video, go check it out if you want to check it out first. If you don't care, hey man, continue watching.
Come along
That's
the
fine.
ride with
Okay,
us.
let's go through this. How does this comic start? Okay, so let's get right into it, Ty. We're going to be reviewing this comic, issue number 1 of the Thundercats He-Man crossover, and we're warning you right now, this is containing spoilers. So if you want to check out this comic, stop this video right now, because we're going to be spoiling what happens in issue number 1. If you don't care, hey, keep watching.
Come along with us.
And you can come back after you pick this up and
We'll
check
see.
out our opinions of what we think of this issue if you're so inclined.
Right.
Thumbs up. Anyway, how does this start off, Ty?
With Mumra.
It starts off with Mumra and the spirits of evil. And what's awesome, Ty, is it's just so faithful to the 80s versions of Thundercats and He-Man. I'm going to tell you right now, I feel like I'm in season 3 or something like that of the Thundercats cartoon, and I hear Earl Hyman's voice in my head. You know, he voiced, in case you don't know, he voiced the ancient spirits of evil. Mumra, we are tired of your failures. It's kind of like that stuff. The ancient spirits of evil are pissed off at Mumra's bungling, man.
Yeah. He's constantly messing up.
So he's telling him, hey,
Listen.
Mumra, you need to go get something to rival Lion-O's Sword of Omens.
I'm tired of you messing up.
What does he tell Mumra to do?
He tells him to go get a rival sword.
He needs a rival sword.
Just as powerful.
Yeah, the Sword of Power. He-Man's Sword of Power. And, you know, you gotta go to Eternia to do that, so we got a little cross-world action. Magic mumbo-jumbo.
Right.
And off Mumra is to Eternia. And,
Well, he becomes Mumra the Ever-Living.
yeah, and also, at the same time, we have a lot of narration. There's narration throughout all of this comic, and I'm trying to figure out in my head, who's talking here? Who is telling what's going on throughout this little issue? Yeah, more on that later. We're on Eternia. It's looking very Eternian, and
Very serene and great.
Yeah, and we see like Prince Adam and King Randor and all the Eternian dudes. You know, Man at Arms, Orko.
Yeah.
Orko's being Orko, and the whole gang's there. We pretty much see like the whole crew of both Thundercats and He-Man. But yeah, everyone's shown, and Prince Adam he's late. He's late to the ceremony. So all of a sudden, like, worlds collide, basically, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Eternia and Third Earth are, like, thrown together into, like, the same atmosphere. I believe
Yeah, they can
Eternia...
see each other
Yeah,
in
they
the
can
sky.
see each other in the sky. and He-Man and the Eternians and all are just like freaking out.
My
Cut to
God.
Third Earth, and we finally see the Thundercats.
They're looking great.
You got Lion-O, you got Chitara, Panthro, Tigra, Wily Cat, and Snarf.
Snarf.
Bengali, Linkso, Pumaira, and Snarf are nowhere to be seen.
No Vulture
More
Man.
on that later. No Vulture Man?
I'm upset.
So the Thundercats are doing all their technology mumbo-jumbo talking about it. Oh, there seems to be a disturbance. Oh, there's a cataclysm in the skies. And Buka, out of nowhere, Jaga appears. You know why? Jaga's awesome.
Okay.
You know much about Jaga?
No.
Jaga is basically like a father figure to Lion-O. He perished on the voyage to Third Earth from Thundera, their home planet, which was destroyed.
Okay.
And Lion-O can see and talk to Jaga. And he's such a great, he's a father figure. He's not Lion-O's father, but he's there to guide and help Lion-O. Jaga shows up and he's like, yo man, it's getting crazy. It's getting real. You gotta fix this. Otherwise, this kind of problem is gonna cause the destruction of Third Earth and this other world, Eternia.
Right.
Cut back to Eternia, and we see the sorceress show up, and she's like, hey man, Prince Adam, how you doing? We need to get rid of your sword. We gotta put it away for safekeeping. Because
who knows who's coming down.
some evil dude is on his way, and he's gonna be looking for your sword. We gotta hide it, get it out of the way. What happens?
He goes, okay, if that's what you think is best.
Yeah, exactly. Here you are, a little too trusting there, Prince Adam.
Too much.
And it was definitely the wrong move.
That's why you trust no one.
What happens next? We turn the page.
I think so.
We turn the page, and all of a sudden, the sorceress is turning in the Mumra. Is it a picture of the sorceress still stabbing
Yeah.
Prince Adam? Yeah, and all of a sudden, Prince Adam totally run through by the sword. Do we see the sword coming out of the backside?
No, you don't, but blood's
Okay,
coming
but just
out.
like, hurrah! And the sword right through Prince Adam. And I'm so, whoa! Okay, well this just took an
happened
even
here?
darker turn here.
Then his little, like, cat friend's like,
Oh yeah, Cringer, Ty. Comments about Cringer, since
I
remember
didn't
you don't know
understand
too
what
much.
was going on. I was like, why is this, like,
Cat.
cat, but really like a panther, like a big cat, like crying.
Panther?
Yeah.
Not exactly Panther.
But it's a bigger cat. It's not like a house cat. It's like a cat, and he's like, oh God, I was so scared.
Well, that's Cringer. Cringer's a little on the.
He's a snarf.
He's a scaredy cat. What does Mom Ross say to Cringer?
He knocks Cringer off and is like,
What does he
get
say?
out of here, beast.
He says something about how he
goes,
hates cats so
how
much.
I detest
Oh,
cats.
how I detest cats. Bam! Kicks Cringer. Cringer, like, falls over the ravine, and it seems like that's the end of that.
Unfortunate.
So He-Man's, like, seconds away from dying, and with his last, like, couple breaths, he says the magic words, of course. He's like, by the power of Grayskull, I have the power! And Buka, in the nick of time, you know, he turns into He-Man. And there's I think he's still wounded, but I can't, he has the armor on and all now.
Pops out.
But I can't kind of tell. Like, did his wound go away? I might have to go
We'll have to
check
look
it
at
again.
I don't think so.
I don't think his wound went away because Cringer was also mentioning it still. So the fight continues. It's getting crazy, and all of a sudden, Mumra's gone. Poof.
Poof.
He's gone.
Yeah.
It was like a legitimate poof. Did it even? It might have even
it's
said
like a
poof.
cloud
It
of-
might have been poof. There was a cloud.
It was a cloud.
There was a cloud, and he's gone. I don't know. Who was winning that fight, Ty? Who was kind of
well, he did get bit in the leg.
It was kind of a stalemate. Yeah, Mumra took Cringer.
But he had the sword.
What did Cringer do?
He took a real bite out of his leg.
Cringer took a chunk of Mumra. Yeah, he had a chunk of Mumra.
Blood
Man,
splurting.
yeah, man. It was pretty violent. It was pretty graphic.
So then we cut back to...
stalemate, I guess.
What's it? Third Earth?
We cut back to Third Earth, and Mumra's back with the ancient
He's like,
spirits of evil.
I mean, I'm glad you brought me back, but, like, well, what's going on?
He was kind of...
I just
I
got
think he
the
was
sword.
kind of pissed about it.
Yeah, he's like, I got my sword. What? Will you bring me back? What's going on?
I was about to take care of business, you know? Hey, this He-Man person's kind of powerful, right? Mumra, he always refers to
And then
himself
the
in the third
ancient
person.
evils are, like, not responding to Mumra. They're like, okay, here, we brought this back per our agreement.
Yeah, the ancient spirits are, like, talking to each other and to someone else, it seems.
And then from the dust comes...
From the dust,
bright light.
from the shadows, from out of nowhere, Skeletor,
He looks great.
in the final page,
And he looks great.
emerges. He emerges, and he's like, hey man, we got a deal. Skeletor's been there. striking a bargain with the ancient spirits of evil, and it was Skeletor that was narrating throughout the whole issue. It was him.
That was a real gotcha moment at the end.
The whole time.
So
it kind of was a gotcha
excited.
moment. Skeletor wanted He-Man's sword.
Isn't that what he always wants?
Well, yeah, among other things. But yeah, he wants that sword for one. And you know what? There probably was more. But what do the ancient spirits of evil want, of course? What do they always want?
I don't know.
They want to be rid of the Thundercats.
Thundercats. So
That's
Skeletor
right.
said he's going to get rid of the Thundercats, I think.
Yeah.
That's what I assume.
That's what you assume. Hey, I could be wrong about a couple of those points. So, that ended issue number 1.
First issue was great.
All right, well, let's talk about pros and cons, because I think there's a lot of pros and a couple of cons so far with this He-Man Thundercats series. Pros first. Ty, what are your pros?
I do like that it's a bit of a more mature theme. There's some
I like it. It works so far.
backstabbing and blood splatter and things.
Yeah,
That's
it's
good.
a little graphic. It's a little violent. I'm the same with you on the mature theme.
Mm-hmm.
That can get into some troubled territory. Remember, some of you may remember that early 2000s Thundercats, a couple of those comics, and that had a mature theme, and it was just wrong. But so far, this is dealing with it pretty nice, just basically with some nice, fun violence. Sometimes you need a little nice, fun violence, and
kick up the
this is
action a
working.
bit.
Now, I know the 80s He-Man and Thundercats cartoons, they have that cornball nature, and it's not meant to be dark and gritty. It's supposed to have that corny lightheartedness. But so far, I kind of like it this way. That's just kind of my opinion, And with the mature themes of this comic, would our characters be kind of themselves, Would they be like, would Lion-O be like, Mr. Serious now or whatever? No, not really. Like, Panthro seemed to kind of be Panthro. Lion-O seemed to be Lion-O. Mum-Ra was definitely still Mum-Ra. Yeah. And the characters just seemed like who they are. So the cons, it seemed a little on the short side. I feel like they wanted to wedge in all of the primary characters real quick. Like, all right, there's all the Eternians. All right, there's the Thundercats. And, well, really, Mum-Ra got a lot of, page time, which is okay by me. And he was great. But the Thundercats, Man-at-Arms, Orko, just everyone else just seemed like, all right, what's going on? Okay, that's going on. Cut to Mum-Ra, or cut to Mum-Ra and Prince Adam, or He-Man, and He-Man got a little time, a little battle, but the Thundercats not so much, and I wish there was just more pages in the issue. I mean, it's 6 total, and we still have 5 to go.
And that's always a sign of a good comic, is you want more.
I did want more. That's a very good point. I wanted more, and in a way, that's a good thing. The other couple of cons I would say is, well, we missed out on some of the characters that just didn't show up, and I don't know if they just haven't shown up yet, or if they decided, we're not going to use the second generation of Thundercats. We're not going to use the B-Team at all. Maybe they're not there yet. Although it seems like this story takes place late in the Thundercats series. I don't know if they're going for that. I don't really know what they're going for. But, there was no Pumaira, Bengali, Linkso, Snarfer. Yeah, where was Mamut?
That's who I meant.
You would think, if we're inside Mum-Ra's pyramid, we're going to be seeing Mamut. Right. Mamut was not there. So you're kind of with me on that?
Hopefully we'll see him.
I think some fans will like it. Some will be like, hey, this isn't them.
Oh, whatever.
This
I think
isn't
it looks
them.
great.
I think let's have a new approach. I'm totally open to a new approach. I don't know. Maybe I'm just so Thundercats and He-Man starved for new media, new anything, cartoons, comics, whatever, man. But we need this. This is what we need out there, and I'm so glad we picked it up. Okay, guys, have you read this yet? Have you read issue number 1 of Thundercats He-Man? And if you have, what are your thoughts? What are your comments? Okay, good stuff. Leave them below, and you can check out social media and my Patreon in the video description. And that's it, Ty. Good stuff, guys. We'll see you later.